Hey everybody, this is the weekly forecast commencing on Monday, May the 13th, 2024. There's some very powerful positive influences this week. As I promised with the new moon in Taurus on May the 7th, that lasts for 4 weeks from new moon to new moon, I said how stabilizing Saturn was going to be in harmony with steady, calming Taurus, the new moon in Taurus. And now, this week, starting on the 13th, going into the second week past the new moon period, we've got some very favorable transits. Now, the moon on Monday sets the public tone, the public reaction. Now, the moon will be in Leo. Leo is very dynamic, it's extroverted, can be romantic. But the moon, from around 9 a.m. Pacific time, will be in opposition to Pluto. That could trigger some emotional power struggles or manipulations from others. There might be some secrets being revealed. The best to channel this energy is if you were having an astrology reading or in a counseling session where the other person was inspiring you to dig deep and go within and seek answers. But overall, for the whole day, pleasure-seeking, creative, romantic Venus will be in harmony with pragmatic, grounding Saturn. Venus, we always hear about love and creativity. Venus is often associated with finances because Venus rules Taurus. Taurus is the money sign. Anyhow, that Venus will be in harmony with business pragmatic Saturn. So it's a good day financially. It's a good day for stabilizing your love life. It's a good day for being productive creatively. Now, before I go through the rest of this week, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find direct links to book an astrology reading or sign up for my free daily message. On Tuesday, the 14th, as the moon continues in extroverted Leo, it's going to be in tension, forming a square to pleasure-seeking Venus, late afternoon, Pacific time. Now, these are two benefic energies, the moon and the Venus, but they're in tension with each other. So it means that you may not be feeling you're getting your needs met. There's something missing. As I said, this too shall pass, and it only lasts an hour or two, late afternoon, Pacific time. On Wednesday, the moon in Leo continues, but it's going to be now in a square hard angle to expansive Jupiter. Jupiter is the great benefic, optimistic planet. But with this emotional tension to Jupiter, it can be too much of a good thing. You may be having overinflated expectations. You may be spending too much and overindulging. But this only lasts an hour or two, mid-morning Pacific time. Then the moon goes void, of course, from 9:42 a.m. to 2:34 p.m. Pacific time. And as I mention every week, the moon void, of course, is a very unproductive, flat energies. So you wouldn't want to start any major new projects when the moon is void, of course, because if you did a chart for that moment, to see how the potential outcome of that new job, that new project. And the moon is void, of course. It may fall flat, or it just may take so much more effort. So that's Pacific time, 9:42 a.m., 2:34 p.m., at which point the moon goes into Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. It's very sensible. It's work-oriented. It's efficient. It's analytical. All those qualities of Virgo, which is what the general public is responding more to. But as soon as the moon goes into Virgo at 0 degrees of Virgo, it will be in harmony, a trine, to Mercury at 0 degrees of Taurus. Virgo, Taurus, they're both earth signs, both compatible. In fact, Mercury, communication discerning Mercury, is the ruling planet for Virgo. So that mid-afternoon Pacific time with the moon in harmony with Mercury, very favorable for expressing your feelings, for creativity, for writing. It's just doing a lot of, it could be very favorable for networking and socializing. On the 16th, as the moon continues in efficient, work-oriented Virgo, Mercury, ruler of Virgo, will now be squaring or hard angle to Pluto for the last half of the day into the early mornings of the next day, Pacific time. When Mercury's in a hard angle to Pluto, you might be struggling with trying to convince others of your point of view, or somebody's trying to manipulate you to their point of view. This could be a time of power struggles with negotiations, so you'd want to avoid it, where you can channel this energy more productively for you is Pluto rules psychology. It also rules astrology. And so that Mercury could be very favorable for triggering a lot of curiosity to learn about psychology. Or if you're having an astrology reading or a counseling session, you might be able to really uncover a lot deeper insights about what's going on in your psyche. So there are positive energies to it. You just have to be aware and channel it. On Friday, the moon continues in work-oriented Virgo, and it's going to be in harmony with Venus, noon 1 p.m. Pacific time. Venus is cooperative energy, sociable energy, creative energy. That moon is all that emotional feelings that will be in harmony with the Venus. It's a very favorable time for socializing, for expressing yourself creatively. About 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific time, as the moon is moving past Venus, now the moon will be in harmony, a trine, to innovative progressive Uranus. When the moon, which can represent our habitual patterns and habits, is in harmony with a progressive, innovative Uranus, we're more easily able to break old limiting habits. It also could inspire some new emotional excitement as we're going into the weekend, trying something new, something different. On Saturday, the 18th, the moon is in Libra for the weekend. The public tone of Libra is seeking more cooperation, more of a win-win situation, peace, harmony, socializing. A good weekend. The sun in Taurus is going to be shining on optimistic, expansive Jupiter in Taurus once a year. So it's a day, that's the sun, all things Jupiter are lighting up. Jupiter, traveling, education, publishing, teaching. An overall day of just feeling very lucky and generous. On Sunday, the 19th, the moon is continuing in Libra, cooperative Libra, but around mid-morning Pacific time, the moon will be in confrontation with Mars, ego-oriented Mars. Now, the moon in Libra wants harmony and cooperation, but it's in confrontation to ego-oriented and patient Mars. It could be an hour or two of some stress. You don't want to get into any kind of stressful conversations because it could end up being an argument. But for most of the day, except for that hour or two, the sun, where it was shining its light on protective Jupiter on Saturday, on Sunday, the sun is forming a sextile, that's a positive 60-degree angle, onto the Neptune. So all things that Neptune represents, the sun is putting a positive spotlight on it. Neptune, music, compassion, charity, intuition can really stimulate the imagination. I want to thank you for watching. If you'd like to book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next week, be safe and well.